privy to the first part of the poll or the first part of the stream, we were talking about this poll. It was very important that I got your input because I'm going to derive a lot of my assumptions from this. What is the most important to you when it comes to the home arcade cabinets? I listed what I consider to be the top three: emulation, monitors, and controls. And you're color me shocked. Check this out. At number one is going to be emulation, which is not a shock, but it's what's shocking is the percentage. 52% of you say that emulation is going to be the number one. Controls is going to be your number one. So that's actually number two in this. So then coming in last is actually the monitor. That's weird. 26% goes to controls, 22% goes to the monitor. So that's interesting. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So that is what your thoughts were Sunday night on the live stream, the quick top three. And I found it curious because I think, and I've said this more than once, when it comes to these arcade machines at home, these 3/4 scales or these new XLs, it's going to be a compromise. Unless you're buying original hardware or someone is trying to reproduce these at a 1-to-1 scale, these are going to have some compromises. So what are you willing to compromise on? So obviously, I think that it does go without saying, the emulation is going to be the bedrock, the foundation of any home arcade, 3/4 scale or otherwise, right? That's got to be correct, or else what is the point of buying this? If it's just weird, wonky emulation, then just download it on any one of your home consoles and away you go. But I think it's definitely, that just sort of goes without saying. So when it comes to everything else, I feel pretty strongly that the next thing is going to be that monitor. Because it's so embedded, it's such a part of the cabinet itself, and it's so difficult to find a replacement if it's substandard, that it's definitely my number two without question. Second's going to be, I thought it was controls, but the more that I think about it, it is still in third place, but it's sort of closely ranked with the exterior of the cabinet. One of the reasons why I haven't purchased an II arcade is because of the looks of the cabinet shape. It's just not attractive to me. It's not something I really want to pursue, and I think the look has a lot to do with it. And I don't think that can be understated. Controls rank so much lower for me because they are so easily upgraded. And depending on the game that you're purchasing, the controls may not need to be that precise. When it comes to this, the game in question, the Golden Tee, you really only have one controller that really matters, and that's that trackball, and it has to be 100% correct. But if it's not for some reason, if that's the one thing you don't like, there are replacements out there, and you're talking about replacing one piece of hardware. It's not the end of the world, and it's fairly easy to do. Plug and play. Fairly inexpensive to do. If you're talking about fighting games, there are so many different ways to do that. You can have custom control panels built by someone else. You can buy those controls individually and just upgrade the portions that you really feel need the most attention. And, it doesn't take a lot of tools and a lot of technical know-how to do that. So I think the quality of that monitor really cannot be understated in any way, shape, or form. It's something you just don't want to have to fool with. And it's got to be right. So I think that's why I'm so disappointed in my Golden Tee cabinet. It's because I think that, I think we're all, for the most part, not afraid of getting in there with these arcade cabinets, making slight modifications. The marquee is one thing. The controls are one thing. Getting new side art is getting very expensive. I'm not going to say, not going to pretend like it's not. But it is something you can definitely do. You can add little touches and pieces of artwork here and there just to enhance the look of the cabinet. But I think when you're talking about replacing the monitor, the expense, the quality, and the short supply of these monitors in this aspect ratio just makes it a giant pain. It's a big roadblock. It's a big hurdle that you're going to have to overcome, No matter how good the emulation is, no matter how good those controls are, no matter how great the cabinet looks, if the thing you look at is rough, it's washed out, it's substandard from the start, how does that speak to the longevity of the product you just purchased? So I think that for the most part, my ranking still stays the same. But, that third place spot is going to be a source of contention when it comes to controls and the look of the cabinet. And I mean shape and side art, for sure. So that is where I settle. I just wanted to give a little more detail when it came to my thoughts about what is important to me when it comes to an RK1-Up or when it comes to any reproduction cabinet, and why I feel so strongly about that monitor. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Has your list changed? The way you voted in that poll, has that changed somehow? Maybe do you think that the monitor is a little more important than you originally thought? Or maybe those controls took the number one spot. Does anything, in your opinion, take the number one spot over emulation? Let me know all that in the comments sections below. Hey, thanks for stopping by, everybody. You have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.